Because I remember we went from 109th Street in Jasper, 79 moved into the store that you saw. And then in 84, Long McQuade purchased it. And in 96, that's when we did the renovation and built on. Yeah, and then we built the store, and then later on, Gord and Chuck didn't want to pay $100,000 for that parking lot because the property had went up and we needed it. And I said, we got to have it. There's no parking. I remember once traveling with Stephen Lanier, and he took a call from Steve, and when he got off the phone, he said, Steve Long loves that little store on 107th Avenue. Our store on 7th Avenue, our store was basically, I'd say, a little rock store. Country people, bands traveling through would come to the store and you get to meet them and word of mouth. And that's pretty well what we dealt with, the bands playing. Because in those days there was a lot of gigs.
It was a pro shop.
Yeah.
What was it about that store in particular that you felt drew people in?
I'd probably say the products.
Yeah.
We had an amazing drum department, guitars, great lot of guitars, basses, PAs, keys. The training in Long McQuade's excellent.
Yes.
And good management, good staff. Somebody would say to me, Glenn McRae, who retired, he was a Winnipeg manager, why is your store so successful? And I said, well, it's like Wayne Gretzky. Steve Long didn't want to hear this, he was a Leaf fan. I said, it's like Wayne Gretzky, he didn't get all those trophies running, scoring, and skating on the ice all by himself. It was called teamwork. And I said, that's what makes, to me, I just have a figure, my name, Earl, the manager, but around me, you have to have a strong staff.
Yeah.
And that's what we always had. Always had that. I think that's why Long McQuade, I know that's why Long McQuade's so successful and has so many stores, is they know the game, they know how to work.
It was the only location in Edmonton for a long time.
Yeah.
So just by default, that's where people would go. But there was always a great staff there, knowledgeable, and it always had the products that people wanted. I think that people, for the most part, were always welcome there, felt comfortable there. At least I hope they were. That kind of music store doesn't really exist anymore. And that old, dusty, smoky music store that a lot of people loved. And that's just how music stores were back then. But times have changed, and the nature of business has changed a lot. It's just a sign of the times.
What do you think it is that is different or special about the downtown, now Mayfield store?
I think it all comes down to character. Everyone keeps, when we were first discussing the change or the move from the downtown store, a lot of our customers and even certain staff were very much, we're going to lose the character of the store. It's the original, it's the old school music store vibe sort of thing. If you could remember the cigarette butts that were put out on the countertop or the pillar by the door, that sort of thing. And yeah, granted that adds character to the building, but those characteristics were generated from the people that were there. Earl Cameron from day one, Cliff Minchow, some of the former staff, Brent McNabb and guys like that. Brian Simblick even used to work back in the day. What sets us apart now, even though things are getting more streamlined to be a bit more cohesive from store to store to store, it comes down to the staff, the characters.
Yeah, I think the welcoming atmosphere, people will come in and it's like you are very well known as a musician in Edmonton. When people will walk through the doors to Long McQuade, people would recognize you and they'd probably call out your name, and I think people were made to feel special when they went in there.
You have people that are passionate about their thing. You've got a guitar guy who might be all about his vintage product, his pedals or old school guitars. You got a synth guy who's all about his modular synths or other things, and those characters build relationships with their customers as a result.
There was a lot of McEwen students as well, so they would come in all the time, and then you get to know them, and there's just generations and generations of musicians who come through, and then that's a big network as well.
A company brings in a lot of great customers, so you have those relationships, you get the regular customers that come in, the people that sort of brighten your day when you see them, and as well as a lot of new people, helping people get started with music. But then it's always been a really good staff.
What do you think is going to be the benefit of moving to a place like this?
It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses down here, and one of the hugest malls in the world. This is going to be huge, and one of the main things is here you got Lesson Center. So you add this plus a brand new building. I mean, if I came to Edmonton and walked into this store, I'd be like, holy crap, it's beautiful. But like John said, as they build, and Stephen Lanier said the same, they learn so much and they keep making it look better.
I think benefit to the city is it spreads out a little more, so there's a little more distance between some of the stores, so it makes it more accessible for customers, and especially with you guys looking to grow, with Mayfield looking to grow lessons, I think there's a little bit more draw for families and stuff in that area.
What am I excited about in this new place? I don't know. I guess it's the rejuvenated, excited spirit. Things are fresh and new again. People even the old customers who walk in the door, how are you liking the new space? They seem just as excited. So yeah, it's just that new excitement.